Good morning, this is Coach Monica with Coach Monica's Morning Minute, and today is our last video in this series called KISS, Keep It Simple Sister. So, I'm super excited to say that the next series is going to be called Construction Kitchen, and we're going to be doing all sorts of different recipes, talking about different fruits and vegetables that maybe you don't use too often, but you should. And I'm also going to be sharing with you different books and websites that I like to frequent and read from to get ideas and to just have a better understanding about nutrition. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. And today's topic is called Set a Date. The importance of setting dates. First, let me share the scripture with you. It comes out of Psalm 90, verse 12. And this is the English Standard Version. It says, "So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom." Numbering our days. It's so important that we understand that we're not going to be around forever. And then if you're like me, sometimes you get surprised. Oh my goodness, it's already the end of August. Oh my goodness, it's almost September. Where did the year go? Where did it go by? As you know, things move very quickly. And some of us have seasons where it seems like everything just drags on forever. But for the most part, our days go by quickly. But it's very important that we set dates. Now, if you're a mom and you have kids running around, sometimes the dates that you write on your calendar have to do about sports and different functions at school. Maybe if you're working full-time outside the home, you have all sorts of things on your calendar that's work-related. And if you are a wife, you probably have some of your husband's things also on your calendar. But let me encourage you. It's so important that you set purposeful dates to spend time with those in your home. Outside of the busyness of life, it's so important that you set a date. Let me give you an example. One of the best things that you can do if you have children in your home is to set dates with them. Write it on your calendar. Whatever you're going to do with them. Maybe it's going seeing a movie with just one of your children, and then you do your other child or children on a different day. Okay? Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe just going to the park. Maybe it's just you sitting on their bed and talking about how their day is going. It can be all sorts of things, but set a date and make it purposeful and keep that date with them. Now, life happens and sometimes dates have to be canceled. We get that. But that's also a time for you to minister to that person that you're not able to set the date with. Keep the date, okay? It's very important that we're honest about how things come up. But for the most part, be persistent and keep your commitments. That glorifies God, okay? Now, so we've talked about if you're a mom and you're setting dates with your kids, it's also very important that if you're a wife, that you set dates with your husbands. Sometimes we wait around for them to set the dates, but maybe they're so busy in their own mind and they're not operating like that. So it's important for us to humble ourselves and go ahead and set the date. It's just as special. I know that we like to be surprised, and I know that we like that to happen where we don't maybe know where we're going on a date. But it's also very important for you to remember the purpose of that date is to spend time with that person. So set dates, okay? Now, I know that if your life is super busy, if you have multiple children and money is tight, it's very expensive to get a babysitter. Sometimes it's very inexpensive to go out just for dinner. So I want to encourage you that you don't have to spend all that money. Maybe it's just a cup of coffee and a deck of cards and you go sit at the beach. Maybe it's just a picnic basket with some sandwiches and some bottled water and you just go to your local park. Maybe it's just you and that person renting a movie, and you're just spending that time with them. It's also very important, if you can, to get out your photo albums and go over that with your children and even go over that with your husband. Now, you might think, that sounds all great, but how about if I don't have a husband and I don't have kids? Let me encourage you. You are not alone. You know people. You have friends. You probably have parents and maybe even siblings. Set dates with them. Make it special, okay? And I also want you to remember that you have people that surround you, neighbors. You might not even know your neighbor's name. Here is an opportunity. Maybe all you can do is buy them one single flower, one carnation, one daisy, one rose. Go to your neighbor and introduce yourself, okay? You never know. Maybe the Lord put your best friend that you haven't even met yet next door to you. You don't know, okay? So what I want to encourage you to do is to set dates on your calendar. Make sure you're purposeful. Don't go crazy and start setting so many dates that you can't keep those commitments. But ask the Lord to reveal to you who you should be spending a little bit more time with. And not just time, but quality time. Time that has been set apart. Because remember, as the Psalm said, help us to number our days, which means that we're keeping in mind that we're not here forever and we don't have very long. And so the time that we have is a gift. Use it wisely. Again, this is Coach Monica. I hope that encouraged you to set dates and make it happen. All right, you have a good day. Bye.